And now, Mr. Frey, would you please join me at the podium? Raise your right hand. Do you, Jacob Frey, having been elected mayor of and for the city of Minneapolis, hereby solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Minnesota, and the charter and the ordinances of the city of Minneapolis, and that you will, to the best of your abilities, discharge the duties provided for you as mayor throughout the term to which you have been elected, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, Mayor Frey.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Good morning, Minneapolis, and welcome to the only major press event that is happening this morning, which is, of course, the Minneapolis inauguration. To our council members, to our city council members, our park board commissioners, and our board of estimate and taxation commissioners, both returning and newly elected. I'll pause. Thank you. 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 We're not doing this now. How many of you want to hear a speech here? How many of you want to hear an inauguration speech? How many of us recognize that this city is about all of us? It's about unity. It's about coming together. Let's give a huge round of applause to our city council members, newly elected. Let's hear it for our park board commissioners. Let's hear it for the Board of Estimate and Taxation. Let's hear it for every resident of the city of Minneapolis, regardless of what zip code you come from. This moment is about all of us. And so, this is not easy work. This is never easy work. It is tough. It is controversial. But here's the thing, it is fulfilling work. And I look forward to embracing and embarking on this work together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So to our city employees, to our plow drivers, our planners, our firefighters, to our police officers, inspectors, engineers, and public servants across every department, Minneapolis works because you work. And I'm grateful to be on your team. And to the people of Minneapolis, thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting this team. Thank you for trusting me alongside these elected officials with the great honor of public service. This work is not easy, but it is fulfilling, it is meaningful, and you can make a tangible difference in the lives of the people that we are charged with serving. And we will serve with dignity, and we will serve well. Because we have the great honor and responsibility of representing a historic people through historic times, the uncommon mentality of a Minneapolis resident is meeting an uncommon threat to the endurance of our republic. City officials may not sit in the front rows of Congress, but make no mistake, we are on the front lines. The consequences of federal dysfunction do not stay in Washington. They land in our neighborhoods. They land in our schools. They land at our front doors. And here in Minneapolis, they have struck especially close to home. But over the last several months, we have also seen something else. We have seen that Minneapolis is uniquely equipped to lead. In August, we became the next city in a long and heartbreaking line of communities devastated by mass gun violence. And from the depths of this immense pain, Minneapolis rose to meet hatred with something far stronger: love. We decided to meet it with something stronger than pain, with love. We saw it in the resource centers that were stood up almost overnight to support families and neighbors. We saw it in local restaurants providing meals, and in first responders who kept showing up day after day to play basketball with students. More recently, we have seen it in the pro bono lawyer who steps forward to defend the rights of those who cannot defend themselves. We've seen it in the pastor organizing food drives, legal clinics, and shelter, and in neighbors who are documenting what was happening in real time so that others could stay informed. And we saw it in something extraordinary recently. Dozens of Minneapolis Police Department community service officers volunteering their own time to prepare and deliver food to immigrant families who were afraid to leave their homes themselves. That's courage. That's love. That is Minneapolis. And in all of this, we've seen something else that lives down deep in our city but has surfaced far too rarely: unity. Unity in the defense of our immigrant neighbors. Unity where people who were on different sides of elections stood shoulder to shoulder when it matters most. Unity reflected in calls from new and returning city council members alike, not for chaos, not for blame, but for partnership. A unity that does not search for the fault line, but for the bridge that spans it. So let us continue to find that bridge, and let us walk it together. The January winds of Minneapolis bring more than just cold. They bring both an incentive and an opportunity to come together. And anyone who has survived a Minneapolis winter understands the concept of hygge. It's a Scandinavian word that means cozy, content, and it's about community. But in Minneapolis, hygge isn't just a word, it's something that we do. It's walking down Franklin Avenue on a bitterly cold day and ducking into Rebecca's Bakery for pastries and some coffee, an Ethiopian spot that does hygge as well as anyone. You feel it the second that you walk in the door. It's skating on the Lake of the Isles, cheeks frozen, fingers numb, and then heading straight to aisles, buns, and coffee to warm back up. It's sledding down Farview Hill on the north side, laughing all the way no matter how cold it gets. And it's grabbing a drink over in Northeast and heading down to the Ritz Theater to watch Theater Latte Da performance with your best friends. Different neighborhoods, different cultures, but it's that same instinct. And like the darkness of any Minneapolis winter, we can and we will weather that darkness of this national crisis the same way we always have, together. And together also means being clear about how we govern. It means we must unite around a concept that is simple and oftentimes elusive, which is common sense. Doing what works, doing what makes our city function, doing what actually improves people's lives. And we have to approach this work with a desire to solve problems, not admire them. That means being clear. If you come to Minneapolis to commit violent crime, to deal drugs or carjack your neighbors, you'll get arrested and you'll get prosecuted. And if you come to Minneapolis because you want to build a good life in a great city, then we will have your back. We will find you an affordable home. We will help you get treatment, heal from addiction. And if you want to start, grow a business, we'll cut red tape, streamline city processes, and we'll make sure government can be a ladder to success and not a barrier to it. So at times, we've drifted away from these fundamentals, from doing the practical, sometimes unglamorous work that makes a city run. Those days are over. We are refocusing on results, on responsibility, and on a Minneapolis that works for everyone. And when you govern with common sense, when you focus on outcomes instead of ideology, you create that space to build, and we're going to build together. In Minneapolis, we know exactly what comes after those long winters. When the warm winds start blowing, the birds are chirping in Loring Park, we know what's right around the corner. It's construction. My staff really wanted me to say something like hope or renewal, or even just spring. But let's be honest. When winter ends in Minneapolis, we build. And that's not just about cranes and concrete, it's about choices. Because when winters end, we get an opportunity to build again. New buildings, new homes, safer streets, stronger neighborhoods. And right now, Minneapolis has a once-in-a-generation opportunity to build its future intentionally and to build it together. When it comes to housing, I mean that very literally. Minneapolis is widely recognized as the #1 housing city in the country, but we do not rest on our laurels because the work isn't done. Over the last 8 years, we have built thousands of affordable homes. And while doing so, we have worked to undo decades of segregation by allowing housing to be built in neighborhoods where it was once illegal to do so. Middle-income neighborhoods, upper-income neighborhoods, neighborhoods that for far too long have said not here. And now comes the hard part, accomplishing it. When we began this work in 2018, building more housing, especially affordable housing, was treated like a 4-letter word in Minneapolis politics, believe it or not. For years, leaders of all stripes quietly accepted a very shameful status quo, which is that low-income housing belongs in basically 2 areas of the city, South Side area, Phillips, and North Side. And that wealthy neighborhoods were reserved exclusively for wealthy people. That was wrong then, it's wrong now. And today the politics have shifted nationally because Minneapolis shifted them first. But let's be clear, low-income housing is still too concentrated, and poverty and services are still too concentrated. That concentration, it harms the very communities that we claim to want to help. So building affordable homes in middle and upper income neighborhoods also is not easy, it is not cheap, but we're going to do it because Minneapolis leads. We do the right thing even when it's tough. We do the right thing even when it means having a discussion that is tough and controversial and even an argument. We do the right thing even when it ain't easy. And we must also build a city where safety in every neighborhood is what people experience. Public safety and justice are not competing values. They're shared goals. Because safety is not the absence of accountability, it is the presence of trust. As Minneapolis civil rights leader Ron Edwards once reminded us, if public safety doesn't reflect the community it serves, it can't fully protect it. And increasingly, that reflection is real. Today, the Minneapolis Police Department is more diverse than it has ever been. So is our fire department, by the way. In 2025, we added new officers and grew our force to more than 600. And by the end of my next 4 years, we will grow it even further, adding hundreds of officers while holding ourselves to the highest of standards. And the results are evident. Right now, homicides are down 16%, robberies are down 33%, carjackings down 36%, shots fired down 21%, and this progress is not a fluke. We're moving forward under a consent decree bringing transparency, accountability, and reform that will endure beyond any single mayor. And we also know this. Not every 911 call should end with a police response. That's why Minneapolis has expanded behavioral crisis response teams, trained professionals who respond to mental health and substance use, emergencies not with force but with care. They de-escalate situations, they connect people to services, they allow officers to focus on serious and violent crime. That is what a smart, modern public safety system looks like, and we will continue building on this work over the next 4 years, and we will do it in partnership. We will continue hiring and training and building a public safety system that is constitutional, that is effective, and that is worthy of public trust. When it comes to economic development, for years we have talked about recovery. Recovering from a pandemic, recovering from civil unrest and uncertainty. But because of the progress we have made, we now have an opportunity to think even bigger. And we have an opportunity to think specifically. By the end of this term, we're going to work together, and you will see a reinvigorated downtown full of workers, residents, visitors, and large-scale events. You will see a new chapter for Uptown, driven by small businesses and arts, culture, and local entrepreneurs. You will see our city's future rising quite literally. You will see Nicollet Avenue break through Lake Street. You will see the long-awaited redevelopment of the former Kmart site, reconnecting neighborhoods that were once divided. You will see a concert at Upper Harbor Terminal, bringing people together on the riverfront like never before. You're going to see the first ever community safety center on the South Side, bringing a multitude of safety resources under one roof to serve and support neighbors. These are not pipe dreams. We are wide awake, wide-eyed, and we are hungry for results. But before I close, I want to also take a pause for a moment on something that is deeply personal. For me, for all of us. Public service ain't a solo act. It never has been. In the current climate, especially with frayed and even dangerous discourse, you file for a public office not just as an individual, but as a team. The incredible people sitting here behind me have bravely stepped forward as individuals, but in this moment, let us say thank you to all of you. Let us say thank you to the moms and dads. Let us say thank you to the husbands and wives and fiancés. let us say thank you to the friends and family that have picked us up and put us back together virtually every night for years. Let's give it up for them. Give them a standing round of ovation if we could. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I need that. To my mom and dad, who just, by the way, moved across the country to build a home in Minneapolis. Everything I am because of my mom. And everything that I want to be is my dad. To Sarah, your strength, your resilience, your love, your grit, all of it. For me, you are it, and you will always you're it. You will be it. And to our daughters, Frida and Estelle, you are my joy, my greatest motivation, and my daily reminder of why this work matters. You hear me? Everything we're building together as a team, we are building for you, for all of our kids, present and future, 7 generations down the line. It's about our children and all of us coming together to protect them, to give them every opportunity, and to make them know that Minneapolis is a place where they can be proud to call home. If the motto of the last 4 years was resilience, then the motto of the next 4 years is going to be opportunity. It's opportunity to build housing that welcomes everyone. It's opportunity to make every neighborhood safer. Opportunity to grow a city that works for all. Opportunity to prove again and again that our cities can work. In Minneapolis, what we lack in perfection, we make up with persistence. When faced with uncertainty, this city does not retreat. Our story is one of rising to the occasion, of embracing the winter and building through the spring. It's a story where we argue over who has the best Juicy Lucy, and where we proudly declare that Minneapolis is the best city in the entire world, where we are proud to call home. It's a city that embraces Scandinavian hygge while welcoming new Hispanic neighbors who run great businesses, not to mention the food is incredible. It's a place where we elect beautifully diverse council members, and where Somali Muslims don't just find peace with Jewish neighborhoods, we dance with them, and they even elected a Jewish neighbor as a mayor. Our story is one where we fight for our neighbors, remembering that through it all, Minneapolis is an exceptional place. And we get to live here in the greatest city in the entire world. Minneapolis, we are proud to serve. Minneapolis is rising. Thank you so much.